welcome to Raising the Vibrations with myself, Simon. Today we're going to be continuing with the Uranus series, and we're completing the series over here with Uranus moving through the 12th house, okay? Pretty exciting. Firstly, I really hope that you enjoyed the series and that you got a lot of information about how Uranus manifests itself throughout the whole entire astrological wheel and zodiac in that sense, okay? Right, so before I go ahead and discover some of the information that is associated with the symbolism, I highly recommend that you go and watch the introduction video if you haven't done that already. This video, or should I say the introduction video, gives you a very grounded perspective and understanding about what it actually means to have Uranus in a specific position. And it also gives you the understanding of how it actually operates within consciousness, what it is actually doing within the birth chart itself. And hopefully through that experience, then when you link it with your house placement, it then complements it in that sense and gives you a better understanding of what it actually means, okay? So I highly recommend that you go ahead and watch that before watching your house placement in that sense, okay? Then the second thing is that if you are watching this video, whenever Uranus is moving through Pisces, or whenever Uranus is moving through your 12th house of your astrology chart, these will all make relevant information, or this will be part of relevant information, should I say. So if you have Uranus in the 12th house natally, or if you have Uranus moving through the 12th house, or if you have Uranus in Pisces, and actually if you have Uranus conjunct Neptune, these will also symbolize the same types of things, okay? So what are we looking at here when we're seeing Uranus moving through the 12th house or in the 12th house? Basically, we're looking at the totality of consciousness completely. The whole entire paradigm of the whole zodiac is all consumed within the Pisces archetype, the totality of the 12. Which means that not only is Uranus possibly manifesting any of the other signs, it is also implying that at one very deep level, it is fracturing and distorting and basically liberating the soul from all pre-existing egocentric structures that have come before. And this can be quite intense in that sense. It's like literally what's happening is that the way that you have identified yourself in the past is literally falling apart and dissolving. And there is a fracturing of a sense of security, a sense of identity, a sense of who am I, and so on and so forth, leaving you in a situation where the only thing that actually makes sense to you is the essence of what you are, the spiritual essence of what you are. In other words, anything that is essentially personal attachments outside of yourself will be dissolved, and you'll be having to learn to go so deep within to recognize the essence of what everything is. Because really, when you look at reality in itself, we have these personal identifications that make us understand the world in a way that is completely and utterly physical. And yet what is actually creating that physical reality is ether. That is the essence. It is the everything and it is the nothing. It doesn't have any definition. It doesn't have any name. It just is. And so what happens is that when Uranus moves through that 12th house, the fracturing and unraveling of everything manifests itself in a way where everything outside of you literally doesn't have any meaning in that way, causing psychological dynamics in which there is incredible amounts of like paranoia or frustration or a sense of like loss or a sense of like hysteria and so on and so forth, because all you want to do is basically retreat from the world and hide and spend time completely and utterly living a life in which there is no integration into the world, because everything out there is so incredibly strange. So a big part of this experience is actually recognizing what's actually happening on an anatomical level. The pineal gland relates specifically to Pisces and Neptune, and Uranus correlates to electricity. And so what's happening over here, there's an incredible amount of like electricity that is being stimulating the pineal gland, which is creating these states of consciousness that are essentially not part of this world in that way. And so you're accessing them, which is creating dimensions and sleep states and dreamy states and so on and so forth, and just weirdness, overall weirdness, which then basically creates the need to escape, the need to liberate yourself from this world, to spend your time in a different consciousness. And so that can be pretty difficult when you're trying to interact with the world in that way, because of the fact that we are living in that physical sense. A big part of your spiritual path in the past has also been feelings where you've had incredible amounts of persecution, lots of judgment coming through your way, an incredible amount of, even being held captive, against your will, in that sense, being isolated to the point where there's been complete madness and so on and so forth. So these are really, really strong dynamics associated with it. A biggest thing that I want to encourage you to recognize with this placement is realizing that a part of this journey is aligning yourself with spiritual truth that makes you understand what is actually happening in this lifetime. This is the path of the Buddha. This is the path of the Guru, in that sense, where you learn to understand deeper truths and integrate them into your life so that they can make more sense. It is definitely not a life of extravagant sort of like physical behavior in that way. Okay? Right, I hope this resonated with yourself. If you want to know more about your astrological signature, please contact me, simonvorster.com. The information's in the description below. Write to me and say to me, I want to book a reading and such, and we can set that up for you. Okay, great. Well, I really hope that you have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.